thinking about when I was homeless. You think about people being homeless, you think about people being on the streets for years and fucked up. That wasn't my situation. This was another test that I had to go through, ordained by my Father in heaven. So this period of being homeless, it was just 6 weeks, which is nothing compared to people being homeless for years. Plus, I had the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit with me. Not to mention, being homeless for 6 weeks, I enjoyed most of the time I was away from this house that I'm staying at now. This story is heavily connected to the story I talked about concerning Jesus when he manifested as a lion in that dream, that vision I had. The story is so much that I haven't told. So much I haven't told concerning that. It's horrible. The things I haven't talked about, but it is what it is. But I was thinking about the situation where I almost died. My Father in heaven just wouldn't let it happen. When I was homeless, I had everything I needed, basically. This is why I would never compare my being homeless to other people who've been on the streets for years. 6 weeks ain't shit. Especially, like I said, when you guided by a higher power anyway. 'Cause like I said, I enjoyed it. So obviously that's not truly being homeless, even though I was homeless. But true homelessness is when motherfuckers on the streets for years and starving and all that shit. I wasn't going through that. It was beautiful. I had a number of dreams and visions many, many years ago about this situation in one form or another. And because of a couple of those visions I had, I always thought that was my last stop. And I almost died over there at that house that I was staying in. But like I said, I had everything I needed. But this was in December of 2015. The temperature was pretty much between, say, 25 degrees to 45 degrees, depending on what the temperature was that day. So I was able to deal with it. I had heat, a little fireplace that I came up with, that I built. I had a little food. I had water, and I was away from these niggas. So hey, it wasn't bad, but the situation where I almost died though, because of all the shit that happened prior to me going out on the streets that I haven't talked about yet. I was so mentally fucked, so physically tired and drained, not an ounce of energy in me, that within the first 3 to 4 days that I went over to this house. Like I said, I had everything set up to stay warm, but obviously I couldn't have this fireplace burning while I was asleep. But I had so many blankets and everything that I would just wrap myself up in the middle of the night, and my body temperature would keep me warm. I wasn't cold at all during the day or night for the most part. But like I said, I was so tired, so mentally and physically drained. One night I went to sleep, and I was so tired, the covers came off of my face and everything, and I'm knocked out. I'm about to freeze to death in my sleep. I'm about to die peacefully in my sleep. How ironic, I fantasized about this shit about 15 years ago. But like I said, my Father in heaven, we just wouldn't let it happen. So while I was asleep, about to die in my sleep peacefully, God sent this angel to me. Now, this wasn't no angel. People, you hear about angels and stuff. People think, there's always going to be somebody all dressed in white and looking like a ghost. Well, it wasn't like that. But I know this was an angel. It looked like just a beautiful black woman came to me in this dream. She was beautiful. She had a huge smile on her face. And she looked at me and she said, "You're freezing." And then I woke up. Holy shit. I'm in this room, pitch dark. I had all the lights off. I jumped up, gasped for air, inhaled all that cold air even more. I'm freaking out. I'm trying to get the fireplace started. I'm trying to find the lights. I'm like, holy shit. Lord have mercy. Why wouldn't you just let me go? Nope. More work to do. And of course, that eventually led to YouTube. I know there's nothing else I can do while being in this physical form other than making these videos on YouTube. That's it. But being a member of the 144, he is not going to let me die. That's one of the reasons why I won't let fear consume me. Because no matter what happens, my Father in heaven ain't going to let me die. And like I said before, even if I do die, I go straight to heaven. And like I said before, I'm not taking that for granted. I do what I can to stay in the spirit and fight against my sins and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I had an incident one day. My father was laughing at me, basically, because I was worried and shit. And he basically said, "Nigga, you don't know who you are. You worrying for nothing." But like I said, I don't take nothing for granted. But that's why I'm a member of the 144. I'll never take this shit for granted. There's nothing I can do where I would fuck up so bad that I'll lose my soul. But I don't take that for granted. But that's why I'm a member of the 144. I fight this shit to the best of my ability, and fuck it. It is what it is. In the meantime, I just gotta suffer. And suffer. And suffer. Suffering is my middle name. This chemtrail shit. That's something else people don't know. All this shit with the flu type symptoms, and allergies. Most of that shit is coming from the chemtrails, and it always has been. Not just the last 3-4 years, or whatever. This shit's been going on forever. They've shown movies made back in the 50s and 60s, and you can see chemtrails in that and shit. They've been doing this shit forever. People have been saying for years that AIDS was man-made, and it is. Donald Marshall said that they got a cure for that shit, which ain't no surprise. And based on what he said, if y'all believe him, he said it's just a concentrated form of oxygen, and it kills that shit just like that. All of this shit that we going through, I said it before, basically everything in this world that's wicked, all the suffering, all the madness is either created or controlled by the so-called Illuminati. And the reason why I say so-called Illuminati, because they're not the Illuminati anyway. God's people are the true Illuminati, the enlightened ones. That's just something else that they took from us, that they took from God, fucked it up, and made it demonic. It's just like the third eye. A lot of people to this day still afraid of the third eye and talk about it, and hey, it's some devilish stuff. No, it ain't. That's some more shit that they took and made you be afraid of it, so they can prevent you from ascending, prevent you from waking up and knowing the truth. Everything that the enemy has, they got it from our Father in heaven. Everything, including the evil. They ain't creating shit. This is why they so obsessed with Donald Marshall, because they need somebody. They need somebody to take them over, take them to another level as far as coming up with concepts and ideas and things like this. Because like I told somebody who left a comment, most of these people ain't got no fucking talent in the first place. That's why they use the shit out of individuals. They got to work through you. I can sit out here and soak up the sun, and then here come these demons. Why? Because they can't get that energy from the sun. It'll kill their ass. But they can get it from me. They can get it from us. Because once we soak up the sun, then here they come trying to suck the energy off of us. Cocksuckers. Woo. Full moon. Cats out here going crazy. Even though it's daytime, moon out somewhere. I guess the moon right now is on the other side of the planet. You're right. I'm so tired. I don't say this all the time, but I started saying more and more. I say, when I pray, I say to Jesus that it's been an honor to have suffered in your name. But that's enough. With all this crap going on, demons and witches and people thinking you mentally ill when they the ones that's mentally ill. Satan and clones and strange shit in the skies, manifestations, and enough. Gay marriage law passed. People having sex with their animals. Kids missing. False flags. Stuff going on that I haven't even told y'all about. It ain't like I know everything, but I'm just saying, can't talk about everything. It's not enough time. that last video, one of those last videos I put up. What video was that? Human cloning, selling your soul to Satan. The brother in there named George Green, he talked about, and the other video I put in, video made too, they talked about these people been getting this technology from fallen angels, fallen angel technology that they've been digging up around this earth. And I've had a number of visions about that I've never talked about. I talked about the first two visions because I had 3 visions about Obama. And I only talked about the first 2. The third one I might talk about it some other time. I didn't see the asshole, but he made his presence known just before the vision ended. The asshole. Get away from me. But in that vision, I found myself in this underground place, and I saw a bunch of demons in the flesh working on some shit. They was digging, and they had obviously found something. It's like a split second, I was back up on the ground, and, you know, there was a bunch of demons in the flesh hanging around me, and I didn't know they was demons. I'll probably tell this whole story later. But, you know, like I said, 1 second I'm underground, watching these assholes doing something, and split second I'm back up on above ground, and I didn't know what the fuck happened. It was like a celebration going on. They had found something. So I talked to one of them assholes who was a demon, and I didn't know it. And I was like, I wonder what did they find down there. He was like, I don't know. Of course, he didn't want to tell me. But this is what's been going on. They've been finding a lot of technology from back in the day, digging the shit up all over the world. And that's the shit that happened in the Middle East a year ago at this time. You know, if I get some more information on, like I said, I'm gonna talk about that eventually. But this is what they've been doing. This is why they've gotten this technology back, like cloning and certain type of UFO type vehicles and a lot of things concerning the computers, all that shit. These motherfuckers ain't making up shit. Because like I said, they ain't got no talent, they ain't got no imagination. All this shit they be putting in the movies, especially when it comes to shit concerning technology, shit concerning spirits, demons, monsters, all that shit. All that shit is real. Mythology is more real than people think. Stories are always twisted here and there, and, you know, people think it's just a story, it's fake. These people ain't got no fucking imagination. Nothing new under the sun. If I gotta go through this shit another year, I probably will go insane. Too late. Oh, oh. Heath Ledger playing the Joker. The Illuminati killed his ass too.
And 314 for a shooting at Century Theaters, 14300 East Alameda Avenue. They're saying somebody's shooting in the auditorium. 315 and 314, there is at least one person that's been shot, but they're saying there's hundreds of people just running around.
316, be advised. 6 somebody sprayed some gas over here, too. 316, I need a rescue in here, hot, too. I got a guy shot.
And inside of Theater 9?
Just outside of Theater 9.
Team 6, we got another person outside shot in the leg, a female. I got people running out of the theater that are shot in room
This is where it all happened, as we've been telling folks, in a mall area, a theater outside a mall in Aurora, just to the east of downtown Denver. There's the mall over here. Here's the theater down here. And specifically, it was theater number 9, where the midnight premiere was underway. Take a look at these numbers up here. Around 12:37, 12:38, something like that. That is when there was a moment in the movie which many people say was kind of loud, an action scene. One of your witnesses earlier said maybe not, maybe that was in another one. In any event, at that moment, they say, that is when they saw a man in black walk in wearing a bulletproof vest and a gas mask. They say he tossed a canister into the room, which began hissing and spraying what police suggest may have been tear gas or pepper spray. Witnesses say the man then shoots into the ceiling and then begins firing into the crowd. Police will later say that he had an AR-15 with him. This one's disassembled. You can see that. He also had a 12-gauge shotgun, and they'll say that he had a Glock 40 caliber handgun with him, and he was shooting a lot of rounds very fast, according to the police.
The actor Heath Ledger was found dead today in an apartment here in New York City. He was just 28 years old. The Australian-born actor came to huge prominence after his powerful performance in the film Brokeback Mountain. It gained him an Academy Award nomination. Our own Ann Thompson is covering for us here in Manhattan tonight. Ann, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. New York police say they are looking at the possibility of an overdose in connection with Heath Ledger's death. His body was found this afternoon in that white building behind me by a housekeeper. Police sources tell our local affiliate WNBC that the housekeeper discovered Heath Ledger's naked body in a bedroom around 3:30 this afternoon. There were pills apparently strewn about the body, and there were 2 bottles, one for prescription drugs, one for non-prescription drugs. Ledger was best known for his role in Brokeback Mountain, and then this summer he is scheduled to star as the Joker in a Batman sequel.
The reporter or somebody asked, well, they didn't ask, they told Jack Nicholson, they was like, did you hear Heath Ledger died? And Jack Nicholson said, I told him. Now, he's trying to pretend like, at least from what he was saying, that he was talking about him being on drugs and he needed to calm down and blah, blah, blah. No. All them motherfuckers on drugs in one form or another. And we ain't just talking about weed, we talking about crack, cocaine, they doing it all, heroin. Whatever he was doing, that wasn't what Jack Nicholson was talking about. Something the Illuminati wanted him to do, and he didn't want to do it, so they got rid of his ass. So they had him play the Joker so they can kill him and pull off that ritual. So, I don't know. We already going through another level. We already going to another level right now. And like I said, this has never happened this close together, so who knows what's going to happen this time. It's going to get worse. And everybody who don't believe in God, they going to get worse. People who think we are mentally ill and schizophrenic because we talking about demonic possession, they going to get worse. Going to continue to be betrayed by parents and family and all that shit, just like the Bible says. Everybody's in this party mode right now because there's some demonic shit going on right now. Everybody's like, hey, especially in the ghetto. Like, hey, get away from me. One of Obama's cousins, I guess. But yeah, everybody, this is, get away from me. Everybody's in this party mode. This is more of this demonic shit going on. Just like I said when I first started YouTube, I talked about this demonic shit happening, and boy, did it happen. From June through July. Wow. It's just the beginning. I had a number of visions too, at least 2. Seeing motherfuckers jumping out of airplanes. Foreign troops going around taking people's guns and shit. I ain't seen it all, man. I ain't seen everything. Not everything, but you know what I mean. Yippee-dee! I'm not all-knowing, but I know enough, because I'm guided by the Holy Spirit. The force is strong with this one. So, what's next? The Republican National Convention. So, I'm going to continue to make these videos as long as my Father in heaven wants me to. Stay in prayer as much as I can, and maybe I get back into meditation. It really, fasting, meditation, and prayer, it really helps you when it comes to instinctively knowing things are going to happen. That includes having dreams and visions. So obviously I got to get past this little crap going on with these chemtrails. And hopefully the wedding feast of the Lamb is this year. I'm ready to get the hell out of hell. Oh boy. I'm fucking dying, man. Help. What's up, nigga?